Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Best Halloween trick.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Oh, Mark, it's a very spooky Halloween.
Do you hear that?
Halloween Horror Nights, which is totally trademarked by us, has come to We Got This with Mark and Hal.
I'm getting scared. I'm going to need someone here to hold my hand.
How about Symphony Sanders from Welcome to Night Vale? She plays Tomoka Flynn, my favorite charter.
That's pretty good thunder.
Hello, little boy.
oh gosh. Hello. Thanks, ma'am. I was really scared from those voices in the wind out there.
Don't worry, I'll take care of you.
Is this a Vanagon? This is cool. So it like pops open. Hello, Symphony.
Hello, darling. How are you?
This is very exciting. Let's talk Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Woo!
We made it.
Tell us your experience. Are you a Halloween fan? Are you
Please.
I had a feeling.
Like every gay that ever existed, Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Amazing.
I always dress up. I use that as a marker for visiting spouses. If you're not going to dress up, we can't be together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm for sure going to want a couple's costume.
What's your MVP costume?
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of my creepiest ones was my boyfriend at the time was a puppeteer, and he, not in real life, but his costume.
Right.
And I was like a creepy, like, puppet, and I made little bolts on my knees and my elbows and had strings attached to me.
Oh, you get elaborate too with the costume.
Oh, yeah. Like I've been, I do makeup. I sew my costumes myself. So I'm not a buying sort of person.
Yeah.
My parents were always like, oh, you want to be a ghost? Here's a sheet. Cut some holes in it.
Did you ever do the proper ghost with two holes like that?
No.
I always wanted to, just to be like, oh, iconic. But it's also so ridiculous.
Ours were always like, I'm an M&M, and it was just like a bag.
A red shirt.
With an M on it. It was great.
Oh, my God.
There was a kid in second grade whose dad it was the year Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters had come out the summer previous. Mm-hmm. And so we were in the fall of 1984. And this guy's dad made him a proton pack. So he was in the jumpsuit. He had the Ghostbusters patch and like a homemade proton pack that lit up. And when he threw the neutrino wand and pulled a trigger, it made noises and light up. And they had in the gym, they made a ghost like glide by on a wire.
What?
So it was like,
that
ghost,
is intense.
Kids. And he, like, without flinching, pulls up the neutrino wand and starts blasting it. And I don't even remember what I was dressed as, but I wanted to set myself on fire. I was so upset that
I'm so embarrassed.
I honestly think at that point, I think I might have been like Hulk Hogan, which nowadays is even worse.
Yeah.
Like even in retrospect, it was a bad, like that costume didn't even age well. And, I think that was the day that I was like, I don't want to dress up anymore because I'll never be homemade Ghostbuster. I think I just figured this out.
Do you not dress up, Hal?
Not really. I have in the past. I can't remember the last time I did. You know, Jennifer and I think you were there in 2005. Jennifer and I hosted a Halloween party. It was either 2005 or 2006. And we dressed up. We had little like painted cat noses and whiskers. And I think that was it. I was like, all right, I'll do that. I've never been a costume, even going on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, you both know I don't like
you and your four shirts.
Yeah, I will 4 shirts.
Hal has 4 t-shirts that are in the rotation.
Yeah. So
he has collared shirts.
That's true.
I do have collared shirts, but I appreciate I love people who get elaborate with costumes and get crazy with it and homemade and different cool ideas. Yeah. I know you're also one of those people, Mark, who has a lot of fun dressing up. Playing
Yeah,
dress-ups.
I like doing a good Halloween costume. I like picking ridiculous, obscure things. Seeing if it gets what I am. Those are fun.
Okay. Like, do you do one of those things where it turns out to be a pun? Or it's two things mixed together?
No, I did. Last year, I had a trench coat and just walked around with my eyes crossed and a cigar saying just one more thing.
Oh, you're cool.
New
You're
70s
Columbo.
television. Yeah, you were like, that's Columbo.
I love that.
No,
Come on,
not like crazy obscure stuff. Just like, that guy dressed like Columbo for Halloween.
That for me, I love when people do stuff like that because that's not like because current events, you always see that. Like when Sarah Palin was around, like 800 people did Sarah Palin that year. Any girl with brown hair was like, I'm Sarah Palin. You're like, girl, stop it. But I appreciate when people bring stuff from like their past, you know. Mm-hmm. I saw somebody do Quantum Leap one time, and that was sick.
Oh, that's so good.
They did the one from the opening sequence where he's like standing in the silver like suit.
No. Oh, just like with the arms out in the
yes, his arm. Yeah.
Oh, that's
and he
so
had like
good.
So good.
I don't know how he had like a little fan that like it had like smoke or something. I don't know. I could have been also in my cups.
That's so good. In my cups.
There's a good crossover. We've all been to a lot of Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
I think there's crossover between people who are great at cosplaying at a Comic-Con and people who are great with a Halloween costume. I wonder how many just have a closet that's just full of cosplays that they've already done. So it's like, all right, well, it's Halloween. Open the Overwatch closet. No, let's see what's over here in the, so like whatever you are for Halloween. It's never something scary. It's always like a comic book thing. And it's like, oh, okay, I know what you did. This is
great, though.
A bit recycled. I like a good elaborate one. I don't see as many elaborate costumes on Halloween as I do at a Comic-Con because you're sort of in one confined place at a Comic-Con. You know, you're like, okay, me and my buddy are going to do this 2-person thing that is 10 feet by 25 feet, but we're going to just do it in this one spot. Yeah. You can't really go to a party or trick or treat.
Unless you're like at one party or it's your house. Mm-hmm. And plus you're going to get tired. You're going to want to take the thing off. The more you drink or the later it gets in the evening, the less inclined you're going to be to, you know, keep that box of crap on your head.
Right. As you get drunker, you're like, you know what? Now my costume is just dude in tights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my friends was a Transformer one year. I used to go to this epic Halloween party where it was like a big deal for everybody to dress up. You couldn't come in if you weren't dressed up. And he came as a Transformer that actually functioned. He folded down and like was able to roll down the driveway. It was
like he turned into
epic.
A car?
Yes.
Oh, those are amazing.
It was like, it was actually like a semi truck, like the top part, like flipped back kind of like a hoodie. And then he like laid down and the casters or whatever were on his forearms and on his shins. So he got punched into a little ball and was able to roll, which I think is dope.
Yeah,
Optimus
that's pretty
Prime,
fantastic.
Come to life.
What age did you guys stop trick-or-treating?
I believe high school.
Freshman year?
Yeah, my freshman year, just because it was like not cool to do it anymore. Or like, I never got anybody being like, aren't you too old for this? Because I've always looked like I was like 11. So no one really questioned.
You still trick-or-treat now, don't you?
Sometimes. With a good costume, no one will know. I'm very small.
That's true. I think I was high school as well. I remember it was whenever Offspring hit. It was like around then.
Yeah.
And somebody
the band or thoughts of having Offspring came into your mind.
It was the first thing I'm Amish. When I was 15 and I thought of having children.
It was time for my Rumspringa, so I stopped trick-or-treating as Iron Man.
I went out with a couple of friends of mine and we went trick-or-treating in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. And I just got this feeling of what am I doing? I could probably go, I have a couple bucks on me. I can go buy candy. And
when you're self-aware, you can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't, and I like threw on a last minute costume. I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to wear anything, but I should. I'm not going to be the kid who shows up in like a flannel and jeans and is like, can I have some of those good and plenty? I'm going to do something. But it all felt like my time had passed.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah, that's when it's, I feel it was all for all of us around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels like for me, it was, going into high school, it was, there are parties now on Halloween.
Sure.
And I had Halloween previous to that was always like, no, you guys go trick or treating. That's what the kids do. And now it was like, no, it's Halloween. We're all going to go to someone's house and all hang out together. Like, not just walk around the neighborhood. Oh, I mean, I guess will there be candy? Yeah, a whole bowl of it, as much as you want. Well, why have I been trick-or-treating this whole time?
I know.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Yeah. Did you guys ever do the trick half of trick-or-treating?
No, because I don't like pranks.
It's a perfect topic for you then.
I'm glad we're talking about this with you.
Cool.
That's right. We're going to pick the best Halloween trick. That's the other half. I mean, you always want a treat, but
Okay.
when you are refused a treat, really what that means is if somebody's not home,
I know. I'm
You
like,
get
who
tricked.
refuses you? What if
Yeah,
they-
the people that turn their lights off and shut the door and act like they're not home on Halloween,
But they
or the
are.
people who legit aren't home.
yeah.
But if you're not home, like, what if you're out giving candy to someone somewhere else? Or what if you're serving the poor?
Yeah, then guess
You
what?
must be
apparently
punished.
you must
Your
be
house
punished.
gets egged.
No
Okay,
good deed
cool.
goes unpunished.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, there are a few different ways. So the question is, how are we going to is this going to be the worst possible prank where it's like, oh, this is just terrible? And it has to be we could devise a trick, but I don't think
Sure.
that would be in keeping the spirit. I think we should talk about your classic
The
tricks.
classics.
Like soap on the car window, egging a house, TP,
Mm-hmm.
a flaming bag of dog duty. These
Okay.
are just a few.
The ding dong ditch with a flaming bag of dog duty on the
Sure.
doorstep.
Well, I wasn't saying you just
stomping.
put it in the driveway. So they're like, why is there a
Well,
small controlled
you
fire?
said
that-
throwing, and when you said throwing,
No, I
it
said-
made me think like a
I said a brown
Molotov
paper
cocktail.
bag, not throwing.
I thought you said, for some reason, my brain thought you said throwing.
I
Gentlemen,
kind of wish I had.
don't fight. Don't fight.
Poop
It's
grenades.
okay.
It's our first fight. Yeah, no, it's not. Poop grenades.
Poop grenades.
I think that, look, we're all reasonable people, I think. So
Mhm.
I think we can come at this from an angle of, look, we're reasonable. Let's do something that's fun,
Mhm.
not destructive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You're not trying to break anyone's property. You're not trying to hurt any person. But, if they got to clean up a mess for 45 minutes, nothing wrong with that. That's funny.
What if they were going to the hospital to give their kidney?
Well, they're going to come
But
back
now
to a
they have to-
hilarious surprise.
Yeah.
Now they have to clean up all this flaming
Yeah.
fecal matter.
Then you know what? You use the soap on the window to write, thanks for the kidney.
Wow.
Should have
Yeah.
scheduled it for the first, sucker.
Also, that's a horror movie right there. Someone who is getting a kidney harvested on the evening of Halloween.
Yeah,
You-
no, I don't want that to happen.
Do you think, all right, there are obvious capital offenses that require a trick. One is not being there. The biggest would be
Simply not being home.
absence is
Is a
certainly
capital
crime.
offense, not being home.
But also the biggest one would be like, no, I'm not giving you any candy. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Like to
That's
be
just
rude.
mean.
Oh, they get, yeah. So, okay, let me propose this.
Hmm.
I propose that we come up with a low level offender, good prank, and a like almost revenge level
okay.
Halloween prank. You know what I mean? Because some are going to be meaner than others.
Would the lowest level offense be giving something crappy out? Like, I've got a bunch
Like
of
a
Smarties, the US ones. Oh yeah, I got a toothbrush, apples.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. I think so. We should definitely, whoever gives out the toothbrush and
Black
the
licorice.
apple,
Black licorice jelly beans.
they're going to get this mild prank. So what
Those
are the
people
big
can
pranks?
burn in hell.
Yeah, granola
Wow.
bars. That's the prank.
That's
on
quite
them,
a
is
prank.
damning them.
Eternal damnation. All right. Let's talk about, what are some of the classics that we can think of?
Yeah, like egging,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
property, TP is,
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't do pranks.
Poop bags.
Flaming poop. Or just
But
poop
now-
in general.
With a cell phone now, you could prank call somebody.
Yeah. Prank calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, prank calls are a thing, but isn't that more random? Or I wouldn't call anybody I knew because they would know, right?
That's true. Soaping the windows of somebody's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding dong ditch. That's another one.
I'm trying to think. There's,
Oh, you go there and you start a relationship with their daughter long term and like a 10-year relationship and then leave her at the altar and with a note that says, your parents are why. Trick. And then they never hear from you again.
And that toothbrush falls out of your back pocket as you run out of the church because you've been holding on to it the whole time.
The whole time.
Oh, here's one. Ordering a bunch of pizza and having it sent to their home that they have to pay for.
Oh, the pizza trick is really good.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't accept you
COD.
paying later anymore.
Yeah.
Have
you ever sent someone a pizza? That's a fun, like, hey, it's somebody's birthday, send them a pizza. I like that game every once in a while.
No.
That's a good one. Give it a shot.
You send it to them and that they have to pay for it?
No. You just buy them a pizza.
No,
but I'll tell you what.
This is the opposite of a prank, I realize.
I'm like, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. We're recording this on a Thursday, and you mentioned pizza. And there's a really good pizza place I found, and I'm going to order pizza this weekend. So I thank you for that.
Hey, there you go. Guys, we are clearly too nice for this episode.
Yeah.
All of us. What is happening?
Meanwhile, Ken Flume is listening to this episode as we record it. He's sitting here throwing in the pizza ding dong ditch, flower bombs.
Oh, you could also do glitter bombs.
Glitter bombs.
Glitter bombs. Look, glitter bombs sound fabulous. And
I know. I would love that. I would not be mad.
I would be a little mad. I'd be like, man, there's glitter everywhere now. But also that was really funny.
But also like, wee.
And like, yeah, glitter.
I mean, if you're a really bad youth, you could graffiti somebody's home.
Oh, wow.
See, this is when we're getting into
windows.
A crime. That's just a crime.
These are just crimes.
That's the thing. Like, we're picking best prank and not best vandalism.
Right.
Ooh.
We could do, it could be a scaring thing. Like you scare people, like when people put the pumpkins or it looks like it's a doll on the porch.
Oh, those
and then
freaky.
And then they jump up. Those ones scare the heck out of me.
Yeah, those are good.
I would literally pee my pants probably from that.
Yeah.
With glee.
Do the thing where you hide like a ghost, like right in the front door, so the next time they open it, it's scary.
Oh yeah, something on their front door that when they open their front door, it freaks them out.
That takes a lot of work, though. Hey, you know what would be a really good trick if we installed a pulley system right in front of their front door and rigged it to the doorknob, so every time they open it, out comes a ghost.
I've seen this. I saw the other day, and it was freaky. It's a decal that you put on someone's window. I think it's just designed to be a trick, unless if you put it on the inside, I guess it's like a Halloween decoration for people from the outside.
Sure.
But if you put it on the outside of someone's window, what it is a person creepily looking through your window. That's all that it is just a lecherous looking person with a smile on their face.
Nope.
Trying to look either out the window or into the window. So smacking that up on someone's window, especially one where the blinds might be closed. Like if they come in the morning, the blinds face looking to come on, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Or you could do that same thing with like a cutout, type of creepy cutout and put it in the bushes, outside somebody's house. I mean, I would probably spend 10 to 15 minutes just strictly yelling at it and about it in my own home until I figured out it was not real.
You'd go back inside just screaming for 10 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you do not like to be spooked or frightened in any way, shape, or form. And that is no cap, as the kids say.
No cap. I love to go to haunted houses, but I know that's an agreement that I've made.
You can't touch me. Yeah. You're just going to jump out and startle me. Let's do this.
Well, and it's like, I know that I'm going there to be scared, right? It's a controlled environment where I know I'm there to be spooked and exhilarated, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're just out in the world, that's called someone potentially attacking you. And as a woman and a black woman, I am constantly in fear of those things on a daily basis, like someone following me or coming to my home where I live by myself or something like that. And that freaks me out. But just the mean ones, that doesn't seem like very friendly. So it would have to be like a stranger. Because if a friend did that to me, I would be like, we are no longer friends.
If someone scared you like that, if someone is your friend, they know that you viscerally do not like being scared.
Right. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we were, boo, you know what I mean? Like jumped out from, like did a jump scare. Like that's, I'd be like, oh my God, and then hit them a bunch and then
and then glitter bomb them. Ow, how dare you glitter bomb? I'm just assuming that you walk around on Halloween like Rambo with glitter bombs just on a vest.
Honestly, I am a glitter bomb. I am a glitter
You're
bomb.
a human glitter bomb.
If and when I can wear glitter, I will. And like, don't make out with me because I am gonna get you covered.
Telltale.
Yeah, you'll know. Everyone will know.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think one more to add to the list.
Do it.
And then I want to tell a story about the worst prank I ever pulled because you talked about it before that prank.
Okay.
All right. First of all, we should add greasing or Vaselining doorknobs and car door handles to the list.
Thanks, Ghost. Thanks, Phantom of the Zoom, who is.
I feel like this all happened to Ken on one Halloween, and he's just revisiting his trauma for our benefit. So thank you, Ken. Everybody, thank Ken. Thank Uncle Ken, extra special on Halloween for bearing his wounds.
He says these are his revenge fantasy.
In college. Oh, these are, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
In college, we would make a lot of prank calls. A lot of them. And they got elaborate to the point where I would call someone as an automated service and have a full tree set up. So whatever button they pressed, and I knew the sounds of the different tones. So I knew which button they were pressing, could take them through like a 10-minute call of them.
That is some savant level.
Yeah.
Because not even Kramer could figure that out when he was doing his own movie phone and had to say, why don't you tell me which movie you'd like? You can you have memorized all of the tones.
I had at the time. I knew what they sounded like.
Now they're all the same.
Now you can't tell.
Yeah.
Back in our
you know what you don't do anymore? Hang up.
Yeah. But, there was a girl I had a huge crush on and we decided to prank call her.
Oh.
And there were like 4 of us doing this.
It's like punching her shoulder on the playground to let her know you like her.
No, she knew at that point.
Oh.
But it was like, we can call her. And it was like, in trying to brainstorm, it was like, what is the most ridiculous scenario that wouldn't possibly be true, that would confuse her more than trick her? So her older brother was a grad student at the time. So we thought, let's call as the Syracuse police and say that her brother's been arrested at a house party for I can't remember what it's for, drinking, whatever. And whoever, it wasn't me calling, she would have known my voice. So they were like, all right, you call, Steve, you take your alarm clock and keep turning it so it sounds like a phone ringing. I'm going to close and shut this desk and rustle papers, and we're going to make a bunch of Walla noise in the background so it sounds like an active office.
Did Walla?
So,
wow, that's so good.
He gives this call, and she freaks out because that had happened before. Her brother had mistakenly been arrested at a house party or something, it hit some nerve. And I'll tell you, friends, I've never felt worse in my entire life because I thought this is going to be so ridiculous. She will also laugh at this. She will also laugh at this because it's so stupid, but also so layered.
Oh my God.
And I felt terrible. That's the worst. That's the worst trick the devil ever pulled. Forget about making people think he disappeared. It was prank calling.
So we've got a couple of different categories, it sounds like, with this. Like the prank calls, is there a best prank call to make? Or are we putting prank call as one of the things? I've always been particularly partial. I do like the uniqueness of those, or I've always loved the, hey, if you get a call, we're working on the line. So if you get a call in the next 5 minutes, don't answer it. That was always one. Did you ever hear that one?
No.
As a kid, we used to do that. It was, hey, yeah, we're working on the phone lines outside. So just so you know, if you get a phone call in the next few minutes, don't answer it. And then we'd call back like 2 minutes later. And if they answered the phone, you're like, it's shocking me. It's got me.
No, I would call,
the dumbest.
If I was with a group of friends, I would have each of them call a number and say, hi, is Charles there? And then they would go, no, there's no Charles here. And then I would call last. I'd say, hi, this is Charles. Have there been any calls for me?
That's pretty funny because it's not harmful.
Yeah, no, it's classic. Let me ask you this. There are a lot of great, we've talked about a lot of the exterior tricks on Halloween.
Sure.
Just because we're asking Halloween tricks does not necessarily mean performed on the outside of a home to strangers. Or are we saying because it's, are we saying specifically, is it the trick half of Trick or Treat that we're dealing with? Or is it all Halloween tricks? Because there's some great indoor pranks that can be pulled on Halloween just on your friends or roommates or whatever. It's the, eyeball in the ice cube, fake rat, fake whatever, saran wrap over the toilet seat,
that's
saran wrap on a doorway. Like these are just some of the, I guess those are just year-round pranks. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The fly in the ice cube. I had that trick.
Yeah. So it's going to be one of the ones we have right now. I'll give you the list, and then maybe we'll take a break and we'll really dig into the victor on this. How's that sound?
Okay.
So we're looking at egging, toilet paper, flaming poop, the prank call, ding dong ditch, soaping the windows, ordering a pizza and making them pay for it, flower bombs, and some sort of scare outside their home, and Vaselining their doorknobs on their car or home. That sounds like a pretty good list. So let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll decide once and for all what is the greatest of these pranks.
Hi, I'm James, host of Minority Corner, which is a
podcast that's all about intersectionality. It's hosted by James with a guest host every week.
Discussing all sorts of wonderful issues, nerdy and political.
Pop culture.
Black, queer, feminism.
Race, sexuality.
News.
You're going to learn your history, their self-empowerment, and it's told by what feels like your best friend.
Why should someone listen to Minority Corner?
Why not?
Oh my God, free stuff.
There's not free stuff.
The listeners of Minority Corner will enjoy some necessary LOLs, but mainly a look at what's happening in our world through a colorful lens.
People will get the perspective of marginalized communities.
I feel heard. I feel seen.
Like you said, you need to understand how to be more proactive in your community, and this is a great way to get started.
Join us every Friday on Max Fun or wherever you get your podcast.
Minority Corner,
because together
we're the majority.
Hi. Are you someone who thinks that when one door closes, another one opens?
Someone who always sees the light at the end of the tunnel.
If you answered yes to one or both of these questions, good for you.
We are not those people.
Nope. I'm Annabelle Gurwitch, and I'm that other door opening, it probably leads to a broom closet kind of person.
And I'm Laura House. When I see a light at the end of a tunnel, I assume it's a train headed right toward me.
Laura and I have created a brand new podcast for people like us. It's called Tiny Victories. We're sharing personal tiny victories or things we've read or seen that inspire resilience.
So if you're looking for a tiny reason to get out of bed each week, subscribe to Tiny Victories.
Available on Maximum Fun or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's get tiny.
And we're back. And we have our list. So let's go over the criteria for this to begin. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
I think instead of coming up with levels of offense, there should be one here that works. It has to be, I don't think it should be too much work for the pranker. The more time you spend on the trick, the less time you're out there getting more treats.
And the more likely you're going to get caught.
That's true.
Yeah. We're not talking about mischief night where you're out to destroy property.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
This isn't the purge.
That's like rock salt in the flower bed type stuff. Philadelphia Mischief Night. Mischief Night was a night you did not want to be out.
Oh.
There was
like the purge.
Of course, that's a Philadelphia holiday.
It's not just in Philly; it's everywhere.
Mischief Night. We never had Mischief Night.
I've heard of it. We just don't do that here in the Midwest because we're nice people.
You're too kind in the Midwest.
Supposedly.
Look, Philadelphia mumming is the original trick or treating. So
that's right. We get our banjos out and ask for candy.
Yeah. We'll stop playing our banjo if you give us candy.
Can I tell you, I think the best one on this list is the Ding Dong Ditch because it's comprehensive. You can do it whether the person's home or not. It's got an element of surprise. Pretty much anybody can do it. It's not mean. It's not going to destroy any property, but it's super annoying.
Yeah, I would agree it's super annoying. I don't know that it has the prestige, meaning that end beat, the ta-da moment.
Sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you could pull a prank on someone and they would have no idea that they were being pranked. Like they open their door, it's like, oh well.
But if you keep doing it.
Now repeated ding dong.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
like,
I thought you just meant like one time. How many times is the repeat ding dong ditch?
You do it and then you like run into like a bush or something.
Yeah.
Or behind a wall. Wait until they come, look around. They're like, harumph. And then they close the door.
Harumph.
You wait like a couple minutes for them to settle back in to their stupid life. And then you're like, wahaha. get settled into your silly existence. And then you come in and you're like a nihilist. You're just like, ding, ding. And then you run away again.
And then the next time you do it, they're like, oh, somebody's doing this. So they stay by the window a little while. And then it becomes a game of a battle of wills. Like, I can sit in this bush longer than you can stare out that window.
Right. Or you figure out a way to, like, if they have like a back door or a sliding door, go knock on the window. Like,
I was thinking one ding dong ditch is like,
no,
that's a little
never enough.
But if you're talking like, if you decide that your Halloween evening is forget candy, forget other pranks, you are going to torture one person with ding dong ditch for like 3 hours.
But honestly, it could be a repeat thing. Like, you ding dong, you run away. Mm-hmm. You could go out trick or treating, baby.
Oh, that's true.
Come back an hour later. They've settled in. They're not even thinking about it anymore. And then, like, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Then you
go home, watch a scary movie, come back, ding dong ditch them again.
Exactly. That'll teach you to break up with me on my birthday.
Wait a minute. Is this about Halloween?
Hold on a second. This feels like...
But that seems like it's something that it would be a personal reason. Yeah. It wouldn't be like, or your neighbor's like, get your dog off my lawn. I don't know.
Well, you know, that one is particularly good if they have an out of control dog who will not stop barking whenever there's like a single knock. Cause then you even hear like ding dong, and then you hear Ranger. Ranger! Yes, Ranger! Ranger down! Ranger back! No! I told you we should have got those glasses. Well, you said they weren't too expensive. No, I didn't. I was the one that wanted them. Somebody's waiting at the door. Well, we gotta get Ranger under control. I want a divorce. I thought we were divorced. I've been looking for apartments. You know, something like that. That's a good scenario for a ding.
Yeah.
This hold for applause. That's pretty great.
Now,
classic.
That is a good one.
How do you have I think I like the game of let's offer some up as finalists.
Yeah. I would pick out of these, as much as I love the pizza order, because you're not ordering one pizza. You're ordering like 10 supreme pizzas.
I don't think you can do that anymore, though. I think if on Halloween night, somebody gets a phone call and says, I'd like 20 pizzas delivered to this place, cash on delivery, they're going to get hung up on.
Or I paid and sent you one Pizza Hut pizza. That's a good trick to play on somebody. I think
I have to eat Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Trick you.
You're eating a bunch of paper plates stacked together with tomato sauce.
Oh my God.
I would pick out of these soaping windows, and here's why.
Okay.
It's really annoying. So when you see it, you just go, oh, it's frustrating for the person.
I don't know much about it.
Who the trick has happened.
Is it a cold weather thing?
No, it's you soap the window. So it's got this soap film all over it they then have to spend however much time cleaning the car off. It doesn't just like wipe off immediately. You gotta clean it off.
Because it's not wet.
Yeah, it's dry caked soap.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
So you black out their windows. So not only is it annoying because you see it and think of the work you have to do, but you can't drive anywhere.
Wait, are you rubbing a soap bar?
Yeah, you take a soap bar
and then it makes it cloudy. Clearly, yes. Symphony and I are not privy to the soaping necessarily.
But you can also
and it clouds it up to where you couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, you can put a message in the soap too that says, "I'm going to come back and I'm going to romance your daughter for about 10 years, and then I'm going to leave her at the altar, and it's your fault that this happened, but she's never going to know." She'll never know until that day.
Yeah, but
she's gonna be destroyed.
If you do that to her on her birthday and it destroys her on her birthday, she's going to ding dong ditch you next Halloween.
That's right.
Don't worry, I've got Ranger to protect me.
You and your new wife.
What's her name again? Is it Moron? No, it's Gloria. Close enough.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Okay, yeah, soaping. I've never done that. It seems interesting. But also I think that amount of time, like you could get caught. The level of like trouble that you could get into.
It takes a while. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a while to thoroughly soap. If you just wanted to draw some like stripes on it, maybe.
What about Ding Dong Ditch though? Because you've got to knock on the door. You have to have a hiding place. You got to knock and then get to the hiding place before anybody sees you.
Yeah.
So it's like Mission Impossible every time.
I mean, if you think about it smart enough, you should be able to figure out a place to hide that's pretty close. Like you could just go around the corner of the garage or
Symphony, why do I picture you Napoleon style in a garage with an extendable stick pointing out on a tiny model of this house where the trees are? And like you've got a tiny little Symphony that, all right, if she stands right here, and then, hey, are you paying attention? Because I'm assuming you have 3 or 4 people. You've assembled Symphony's 11 for this particular
face paint.
Yeah. Blue
Everyone's
paint like it's like a Braveheart.
Yeah, I always coordinate outfits for all of my pranks, and I have a prank team. So,
of course, I'm going to throw one out there, so that so then we'll have. I think 3 finalists is a good one.
Yep.
All the ones that Ken has sent us are great, but I think I'm going to go with because, and I think that this one is a classic. I think it can be done in a lighthearted way. And it can also be done in a malicious way. There are 2 different versions of this one. And it can be done quickly, and it's big and flashy and kind of embodies the spirit of Halloween.
You have David Copperfield make their house disappear.
Copperfield, yes, exactly. It's definitely not flaming poop, because that one you have to deal with the poop.
Sure.
Yeah, you have to have poop.
Yeah, I don't want
to. You have to be the one who packages it. Are you crapping in a bag? Do you have to pick up somebody else's?
No, it's
crap?
not that. No, I'm going to say it's toilet papering.
Okay, that's a classic.
So the toilet papering is, I think, the most classic, iconic. You can drive by and see in the morning after Halloween, like, oh, look, Johnson's got toilet paper. Like, it's a fun suburban game of let's see who got TP'd on Halloween night. And it's all meant in good fun. It's not particularly dangerous, or it's just big, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to get it out of all the trees, especially if you have tall trees.
Or if it rains.
And that's the thing. Well, that's what I was going to add. If you want the revenge prank version of TPing, that is you TP a house and then you hose it down. And that is that's the real, you're not doing really any damage. It's just an absolute gross, horrifying mess.
What if it rains right after?
Well, then that's just luck of the draw. If you know it's going to rain, don't go TP someone's house that you are friends with.
I'm gonna challenge you on this one.
Okay.
Right now, Mark.
I'll say this. This was also our prank of choice when we were in high school. So I'm partial to this one.
I think when we were youth, that prank would have worked awesomely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even up until this year. But this Halloween, you cannot TP because you're not going to be able to find enough toilet paper. We're still hoarding it. Still. This is not a poop disease, but they keep hoarding it.
If people are out TPing when there's a shortage on.
Also, you'd have to be, this is also before we would TP homes, I think, before we realized climate change was like such a problem, and like wasting resources like that is a bit of a challenge.
Well, here's what you do. You can offset it. By just using one square the other 364 days of the year. Save your squares.
Okay. So you're like, I'm foregoing my wiping, my like full coverage wipe.
Yeah.
You can
just
use both
for this
sides.
one prank. But what? You're an insane person. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. Oh,
both sides.
Don't even get into Mark's issues with toilet paper and the various wiping devices that he employs.
No, okay. People of the world, these are jokes. I've never used both sides of a single square of toilet paper.
There's very good toilet
Symphony
paper on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. Well, also, if soaping windows takes a long time, you got to take a whole. That's not just one roll of toilet paper. You got
you throw it up once and then
I'm going to throw it over.
You throw it over. You grab it.
Throw it here. Throw it again. It doesn't take 2 seconds.
You can cover a lot of ground pretty quick.
But I think
I could soak 2 cars before you do a full TPA of somebody's front property.
Now I would want to watch that.
I bet I could.
This race.
Let's go. Let's try it with your place, Mark. I'll be right over.
Wait, hang on a second. When did this become Hal fights hard for soaping and is going to come do it to my car?
Well, I'm just saying, if we're eliminating soaping because it takes too long, repeatedly throwing and decorating.
We're not eliminating anything yet. We're just having a discussion.
All right, Godfather. I'm sorry, Godfather. And this, your daughter's wedding day to that guy who's been with her for 10 years.
Yeah, they've been together for 10 years. Isn't that beautiful?
It's so wonderful.
Ain't that a beautiful thing? He's been for 10 years.
I hope their first child is a masculine child.
Thank you. I think I know that kid. I thought I saw him like 10 years ago on like it was around Halloween.
There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids here.
That year I ran out of candy, so I just gave out
those Bibles.
All those little Gideon Bibles, yeah.
Yeah.
But the miniature ones that you get from Skee Ball, like
so many souls saved.
How do they write
Don Corleone? They do. They on a grain of rice. On a grain of rice, Don Corleone.
All right. Well, let's go out there and watch this wedding.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Enjoy walking your daughter down the aisle.
Where's he going?
Wow. I'm glad we really committed to that.
Are we at an impasse where we each have chosen one? Let's talk about it. We've got 3 of these. There is going to be a winner, and I think it's going to emerge from these.
Yes.
You know, I think there's something to it. It's not only like these are all reversible pranks. They're cleanable, but there's something to be said for the jolt of adrenaline that you get when you are the trickster. And I will say, out of these 3, the excitement every time you go up to the doorbell or the door to knock, you're like,
yeah.
Well, and then when you run away, you're like, oh, he's up.
And with the anticipation of being like, oh my God, do they open the door? Like whatever, does the light flick on? Like all that. And then you're in the bush, you're like,
so it's because the adrenaline rush is more sustained for this one.
I think so.
I think with the soaping and with the TPing, that is if I get caught, I am caught red-handed rather than getting 100 milligrams of adrenaline jolted into you while you're soaping or TPing a place. This is 10 milligrams every hour for an evening. You know what I mean? It's low level, a lot of, ding dong, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is fun.
I think, I love the idea of being able to leave a message with the soaping of the windows so you can really put your grievance out there. Mm-hmm. You can be like, don't let your dog poop in my yard, or you smell, or
right.
How dare you, Karen?
But do you have to know how to write backwards so that they can see it when they get in the car?
They would see it when they walk up to the car.
I guess that's true. You guys ever do the invisible soaping trick?
What?
It works on a foggy car if it's cold in the morning, but it's a great one. This is another any time of year prank. Is get a little bit of liquid soap on your finger. If you are in someone else's bathroom in their home, get a little soap on your finger and write on the mirror a message. And what happens is it will dry invisible, but the next time they take a shower in there, that area will not fog up. So when they get out of the shower, there will be a message written on their mirror.
Murder.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. It would have to be creepy too, with like the letters like
dripping
down. Or like, get out.
Yeah.
Oh, get out.
Oh God.
Merry Christmas.
Wait, thank you. That's actually.
You marry me.
Oh my God, Ghost. I don't know what to say.
I'm in love with a ghost.
I'm in love with a ghost.
Wait, didn't you used to date that lady with the Vanagon?
Actually, have you, I'm sure you've heard of this, people saying that they've had sexual experiences with ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Dan Aykroyd get his belt undone in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Hey, that was my first time. I told you guys.
I mean, in real life.
The ghost is from Canada.
Bobby Brown said that.
Really?
Yes.
The makeup designer or the musician?
My prerogative, Bobby Brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does what he wants to do, including have sex with a ghost.
That's his prerogative. His poltergeist prerogative.
He's an odd duck, Bobby Brown. Maybe he believes
that's
he's
what
a
it
ghost.
was the ghost of.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that the ghost is like, wrote on the window, Why won't you call me?
Yeah. You up.
All right, guys, we got to pick one of these.
All right. I'm going to stick with mine. Ding Dong Ditch. All night long, baby.
Yeah.
I like the flashy factor. I like something that the world can see that this person has been pranked. That's
Okay.
the only thing that's missing for me is the neighbors driving by in the morning and going, "Hey, Dan's car got soaked." You know what I mean? There's something
I get putting
amusing
him
about that.
but it also like you're not really there for the best part, which
Right,
is
you're not there,
when they see it
Mm-hmm.
and when they have to clean it, like watching them live their punishment. Everybody else enjoys that, but you just like, I know I did this. And at some point with Ding Dong Ditch, the fruits of your labor are evident right away when you hear, damn it. When the person, they did it
Look,
again.
I'm not arguing against Ding Dong Ditch specifically to argue against it. I'm just pointing out all of it very well might be. And it seems like we are leaning in that direction.
That is my vote. I'm switching allegiance
Is Ding
to
Dong
Ding Dong
Ditch?
Ditch just because of the pure excitement of, like even now it's hilarious to fake a knock on somebody's door, or like just to get somebody's attention. It's the equivalent of tapping somebody on the shoulder behind their back to get
It's environmentally safe.
Always fun.
Yes. You're not.
Look,
you're
I'm
not
on
wasting.
board. And even if I wasn't, it would be 2-1. So we might as well make it 3-0.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, I think that we have uncovered. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. There's somebody at my door. Hold on.
Is this true?
I thought oh my God. He's getting Ding Dong Ditch right now.
Uh-oh.
No!
That's weird. Sorry.
Who's there?
It's weird. I opened it. Nobody.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So do you want to call this one?
Yeah. 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 Okay.
I'm sorry.
Ready?
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Who was it, murdered?
It was, I don't know. There wasn't anybody there. No.
Okay. Well, people of the world.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. I get it.
It's me. I'm doing it.
Good job. What a maroon.
Oh, here he comes.
They left this paper bag.
Don't eat it.
Pretty there. What? It's got chocolate inside.
Oh, okay. Then enjoy.
Delicious.
All right. There we go. Wait, hold on.
I'll do the thing. I gotta go to the bathroom. This is not chocolate.
People of the world. Asked and answered. Symphony Sanders. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, you are our very good friend, our Welcome to Night Vale castmate, and also co-host of Good Morning Night Vale.
Oh, yeah. Baby.
Along with me. Tell everybody about it. Tell everybody what you're up to and where they should follow you and all that fun stuff.
I'm from the internet, so you can find me anywhere that those tubes run. Mainly on Instagram, Twitter, at Symphony Sanders. You can also follow and listen to my other podcasts with our friend Hal. Good Morning Night Vale happens every couple of weeks, and occasionally on Welcome to Night Vale. You might have heard of it.
And Symphony, may I say, having performed with you on stage several times, I look forward to the day soon when we are all packed into theaters again, because there is no one who brings out a roar from a crowd like Symphony Sanders walking out on stage.
Oh, stop.
You know how to work it.
It's true. I have seen you put a crowd in the palm of your hand from your first step out, and hopefully the world gets to see that again real soon.
It's because we're all best friends. That's why.
Right.
That's why it works.
That's how you would be if you saw your best friend on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. I miss you guys. Seeing you in person, hugging your sweet faces.
I know. We'll do it
Giving
soon.
you high fives and booty bumps.
Soon. Next year in Jerusalem.
That's right. Inshallah. This topic is closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us on Twitter, or
you can email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or hey, go to the Facebook group, share your harmless pranks from Halloween's past. That's facebook.com/groups/WeGotThisPodcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, for giving us a chance to sit down with our dear friend and talk about how uncomfortable we get doing pranks, you guys. We're way too nice for this. But in all seriousness, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.